Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today we're going to do two things. I've been wanting to make my own picture frames, and I've been taking pictures of the deer, and of course I got my kids, and so I wanted to start making my own picture frames that kind of matched the rustic part of my house and kind of so I wanted to make them. I'm going to make them out of this scrap cedar that I have, but this is an unboxing also. I recently bought this Bessy strap clamp, and I saw a guy online use this making picture frames, and I thought this would be ideal for, and it's ideal for clamping unusual angles or shapes, and it's really good for doing four corners. So yeah, today we'll review the Bessy clamp, and we'll also make a nice picture frame in the process. Let's get started. The first thing I do is just very simply rip down some of my scrap cedar into some 2.5 inch strips, and that was really easy. And then I set up my stop block, and I cut some 12 by 12 pieces using my stop block. And that made it really nice because they were all exactly the same, and they turned out perfectly square. Then I ripped off all the finish on my my grizzly joiner, and that's just an easy way to tear off the existing finish on some scrap lumber. Then I router the inside and the outside of the face of the picture frame, and that's going to make it a little smoother and nicer. I then take it over the table saw, and I basically make my own little dado joint using the table saw. I basically cut 2 slots, one short and one long, and that creates that dado joint that'll allow me to sit the glass or the picture cardboard or whatever into the frame. Once I get that done, I mark out the centers of the 45s, and the reason for that is I decided I'm really liking my biscuit joiner. A lot of guys talk shit about the biscuit joiner, but for many, many years, the biscuit joiner is what keeps your cabinet's faces perfectly level. And so anyway, I biscuit joint all the 45-degree joints. I glue them all up, and then I use the new Bessy clamp to clamp this whole thing together. And the whole reason for buying that Bessy clamp is I wanted to make I'm going to start making quite a few picture frames for my kids and my family and stuff. And I thought, I saw someone use this, and so I thought I would try it out. And it turns out it did work really well. It was easy to use, and it clamped really well, and I was able to really kind of detail the corners out and then let it dry. And I was really happy with this Bessy clamp. So thanks for watching this episode of Outlaw Woodworking. I really, of course, I'm always happy with how things turn out, and sometimes things, they're not as perfect as you want, but when I look at this picture of this deer, and it's one of the first deer that I saw at my house, I'll always remember that, and that makes it special. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Outlaw Woodworking, and I'll see you next time. Later.